Happy Friday and welcome into the VOMP studio. I'm joined by my dad, Todd, across from me. John's on the couch and next to him is Drew. John's my oldest brother. Drew's my second oldest brother. Todd's my dad. We are full-time voiceover artists. If you're new to this channel, we do our numbers on every Friday. We talk about the jobs we booked, certain things that happened during our week. And then John gives the numbers for the VO Marketing Pro Group, which we send out direct marketing emails on their behalf. They are voice actors like us. So if you want any information about that, you want to know if you can be part of that, you can email John Barsness at vomarketingpro.com.
Yeah, the reason I asked Drew to come, he works full time in another insurance for an insurance company, not another insurance company, an insurance company, but he graciously does cold calls for us for VO Marketing Pro and specifically our voice roster. Would that be true? And so I guess I just thought, well, he's got the day off today. I asked him just to come on up. We can introduce him a little bit to you because we put that in our Facebook group all the time, that Drew made cold calls today. So maybe I'll just ask a couple of questions and then we'll get to...
Yeah, that's fine with me.
It's more just putting a face to a name and thanking him for what he does, because I really appreciate it. I'm always excited when he does the cold calls because we're trying to build that roster and build video production companies and ad agencies coming there regularly and using our voice roster.
I think we appreciate him doing it too because none of us really want to do it.
Yeah.
So Drew takes the brunt of that.
Yeah, if any of you have tried to do cold calls or do them, it kind of takes a special person. I did many when I was first started. It was not fun. But it can be very effective. So you usually do it like typically on a Thursday?
Yeah, it works the best for my work schedule. So I usually do it during my lunch period.
So, but once a week, and you know how long do you typically do it, and about how many calls do you get in?
Yeah, I've got I've as you would think, I've gotten better at it over the years, just kind of figuring out kind of what information I want to look up. Usually John or Joe gets me a list of about 10. So I limit it to just 10 usually during that day, during that time. I've done more, I've done less before, but usually it's the warmest leads that we have, meaning emails that have gone out, or maybe I've touched them in the past with a cold call or something like that. But anyway, Joe or John gets that list to me, and then I usually try to pull up their website, the video production company or whatever, just in case. Sometimes you get a smart aleck from time to time that likes to try to quiz you a little bit or ask certain. So I just try to prepare best I can, and then I just have I don't have a specific script written down, but I've got one kind of in my head, and it's like if I leave a voice message, it's probably 30 seconds, probably less. And then if I call and talk with them, the first thing that I'm trying to do is make sure that they're aware who I am, what I do, because a lot of times people these days are quite, ready to attack. They, either want to hang up the phone or they, don't want to talk with you if you're a telemarketer or something like that. So sometimes they're busy, they're doing different things, and so you've caught them off guard as it is. So yeah, I just try to do my best to provide as quick as I can who I am, what I'm trying to do, and then what I'm asking from them. So
you don't have to give me an exact number, but just round. Have you done 100 calls yet, or maybe a few more than that? I mean, you do it almost every week. Try to do close to 10, so you've probably done over 100, right?
Yeah. Okay. No, I mean I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've been doing it off and on for the last year and a half, 2 years, probably 2 years, I would say. Yeah. So I wouldn't doubt that I'm probably closer to up 500 plus, I would think.
What do you think I don't want to go on and on, but what do you think people are always afraid to make a cold call because they're afraid somebody's going to yell at them? Or what is the percentage, just round figure, I'm not holding it to you, is it 50% that you get that pick up?
It's probably less than that.
Less than
I would say it's probably I mean, and it probably has changed over the years. Not that I've been doing it all of that time, but I would guess when you were doing it, people were a little bit more, accepting of a phone call.
Yeah.
But probably the last 5 or 10 years, I would think, with caller ID and with all these scamming phone calls out there, I think people are just much more leery to pick up the phone and talk. So I don't know, maybe 15, 20%, maybe.
Yeah.
Depends.
But and I think there's some people that would say that, that's a lost cause. Why would you do that? Most people don't want to talk to people on the phone. But it seems like from time to time you do actually get a person that's kind of glad you called and that you make a personal connection, correct?
Yeah, I would say those are, probably not. If I do get somebody to pick up and answer and have a conversation, most of them are probably either neutral or, whatever. So it's probably a very few number that are like really excited, but there are some that are like that are happy to make that human connection. And, if that's the case, if you bump into somebody like that, a lot of times I would imagine that would be more impressionable than, just an email or, an email blast of some sort. So,
well, I really appreciate it. I really do. I'm always glad when I see that you've done it. And one of the reasons I wanted Drew to come up is just obviously because in our Facebook group, we'll say Drew, did some cold calls. But it's just kind of, again, nice to see the person that does it and to thank you personally and publicly. We have other people on our team. My assistant, Andy, continues to work with our database, the VO Marketing Pro database. And Joe, of course, helps you run VO Marketing Pro. And my wife, Becky, does a lot of the secretarial business back-end stuff. And then, of course, am I forgetting anybody? Just Demond?
I help at it here and there.
You do, yeah. And Demond does some editing of videos and things like that. So there's more than just me, Hudson, and John. And I just thought that'd be good to kind of every once in a while just give a thanks, shout out, and tell that we're just part of a team. So thanks for stopping by, Drew. John, you want to do the
Sure.
VO Marketing Pro
Yep.
numbers for this week?
33 warm responses this week, 8 auditions, and 7 jobs reported. Noel Romano with a recurring. Tyler Boss booked a job. Todd Haskell with 2.
Whoa.
good.
And Hudson with 3. That should give me 7.
You had 3 new direct.
No.
No, I had 4 altogether.
4. So
You count
8.
the recurring too. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yep.
I got one today from a recurring client, so I didn't let you know that. So my apologies on that. So all good for that, Johnny? All done with that? What did you guys have a fair amount of people that were out of office today, out of studio because of the holiday weekend?
You mean
I'm talking about some of our voice actors that we.
there are
Were they
a fair number of people that are out from our group, and thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. So we know that when we get a job that comes in, if there is a job that comes in, that we know how to handle that. So,
All right, great. I will just go over my numbers. I had 1 warm response this week, 0 auditions. I did 16 jobs this week. I made $13.50 in direct marketing alone. I had 1 new client, and then I had 9 jobs on Upwork with a couple different bonuses. They're tips, like if you're on Fiverr and stuff like that. I made $516.82 on Upwork this week, and then Voice 123 had $850. So voiceover alone, 0 on Fiverr. Voiceover alone was $2,700 and $2,716.82, $2,716.82, and then I did 8 hours of editing for my dad, so that's $160 on top of that. So my total this week was $2,876.82.
Oh, good week.
Yep.
Quickly mine, nothing on voices.com, nothing on Voice 123, nothing on Upwork. Fiverr was decent, a little over $1,106.80, and direct email marketing was $4,082.50. My grand total this week, I'm shooting for $5,000 a week I was at $5,189.30.
Very nice. You hit it. Just
Barely.
good to hear. Well, we hope you enjoyed this. I don't know if we have anything else left before we move on.
Nope.
Everybody's good. Thanks, Drew, for joining us. If you're interested in more videos like this, you can snoop around our channel and see what you like. And we appreciate you being here. Hope you had a good weekend. And we'll see you next week. Take care.